Yeah, we're sneaking really fast and are nuking people out of stealth. How is this even possible? Well, stick around as this is nuts. Hey guys, it's Dan, and welcome back to Unified Gaming. Now, in today's video, I want to share with you a brand new Nightblade build to the channel, Shadow Walker. This is a build that really embraces being a Nightblade. It's all about being in and out, highly evasive, highly fast, but hitting like a truck out of stealth. What makes this really special though, is that we are able to permanently cloak on this build, as well as regenerate stamina as we're sneaking around, as well as hitting crazy speeds. So I'm going to go through and break this down for you. How does it work? And do take into account that this is used particularly in BGs, but you can use this in Cyrodiil or Imperial City, and I play mainly no CP with this. That said, I will give you some CP options should you wish to go down the CP route. As with all of my videos, I'm going to go through the gear, the race, the Mundus, all that good stuff, so you can make this yourself. And if you have any questions, then do leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But with introductions out of the way, I'm just going to jump straight to it. So for the race, what are we doing? Well, I'm a Dark Elf on this build, and that's mainly because this was originally my sniper, but a Dark Elf has two key benefits for this. One is the magicka and the stamina, that really helps, but the flame resistance is the big one. This allows us to be a vampire with less drawbacks, so this is really helpful. Plus we get weapon and spell damage, so which again is a really useful thing to have. So if you can, a Dark Elf would be a great option for this. That said, any damage race would be good. Even a Khajiit or a Wood Elf is good because you are moving really fast in cloak. As with kind of our attributes, I'm putting all of my points into stamina. My weapon damage, for those curious, I know that's how people measure them, measure themselves and stuff. I have 5,300 weapon damage, which isn't the highest amount, but we have 13,000 penetration, which is lots. And on top of that, we also have procs to help fix the damage even more, and we combo skills out of stealth, which you'll see later on. If you watch the gameplay as well, you'll see what we're doing, that it lands really hard if you do it right. Mundus wise, we are using the Lover Mundus, and we are a Vampire Stage 3. If you're unsure what does a Vampire Stage 3 do, it gives you access to the Undeath passive, which is incredibly helpful. This makes you really tanky when you're low health. You also get Dark Stalker. This ignores the movement speed penalty of sneak, so you can sneak at full speed, and you can get in there 50% faster. And you also get Strike from the Shadows, which increases our damage even further. So when we put on our rally and we pop out of stealth or sneak, we actually have 5,700 weapon damage, which is a lot more, tasty. So that's why I'm a vampire. You can't play this without being a vampire, in my opinion. And I have tried this with and without Mythic. I prefer the Mythic option, which I'll show you, but there is another option for those people curious. For the skills and for the consumables, we're going to go straight to the consumables. We are using our HiroTenKai buff. This is health and stamina recovery. The health recovery is there, but being a vampire and it's low, it's not going to be great. So it's mainly there for the stam and health regen and stam recovery. So it's just like health, stam recovery. It's great. Tri-stat food is also just as good, so you can pick what you need. I normally use tri-stat food in Battlegrounds, but in Cyrodiil I use the HiroTenKai broth, so you can kind of pick what you need. And like I do in other videos, I would recommend, if you can, get the Rationer passive. That way when you use this expensive food, it does last longer, and all you have to do is just slot it in order for you to get the benefit. Slot it, eat the food, take it off, you've got the benefit. As for the skills, it's quite straightforward. We are using, on the front bar, Surprise Attack, Camouflage Hunter, Executioner, Shadowy Disguise, Dizzying Swing, and Incapacitating Strike. Fully buffed up, just for people curious about tooltips and stuff. We have 11,000 Surprise Attack with a 13,500 Dizzying Swing. Our Executioner is at 5,600 and our Incap is at 17,400. So we do actually hit really hard considering. We also get Minor Berserk from attacking from behind, so that gives us more damage. And as we attack from behind, we also stun the target, and we apply the sauntered effect, which is also minor breach, so that gives us an extra 3,000 penetration roughly. So we actually can add another 3,000 to our pen, giving us around about 16,000 penetration. So we do hit pretty hard considering. For the back bar, I use Leeching Strikes. This is a flex skill. I really like it personally, but you can use this or change it if you want. You then need Vigor, Relentless Focus, Race Against Time, Rally, and Temporal Guard. If you don't have Temporal Guard, you could change this for something like Soul Shred, or you could go down to the support skill line and get Barrier, and then unlock the Magic Aid to get more regen when you're on this bar. But that's what I'd use skill-wise. Skills to note that are really important. Race Against Time. You really need this. It's minor force, which is crit damage, so that gives you more damage on your burst, and it's movement speed. And because we have crazy Magicka sustain with the build, we can actually sneak around and spam this, giving us basically movement cap in stealth. Really powerful. In regards to the sets and what we're doing here, well, it's pretty straightforward. I'm using Ashen Grip. I have gone with Sharpened Maul, and I'm using the Poison Glyph on this. We are front bar in Ashen Grip, which means when I switch to the back bar, we do not have it on. Ashen Grip, when we're in melee range, we'll just quickly put on all our buffs so you can see the damage that we have. It has a 5,100 tooltip, and this is every 4 seconds. So when we do the combo, this will prop. On the back bar, I'm then using the Vetishan's Maul. This is phenomenal. Basically, you can go into combat and charge us up by literally spamming Leeching Strikes, which is why it's on the bar. So when we're in combat, we go in cloak and just spam Leeching Strikes and cloak. This will get to 5 stacks, which means this is now here. And then we do the combo on the front bar. This is charged up with like ready to go off and hit somebody really hard. So we end up getting 5,000 odd from the Ashen Grip and like 9,000 roughly from the Evade, which lands at the same time. So that means we get all that damage alongside the Dizzying Swing and the Surprise Attack, all hitting at once. A lot of damage. For the other sets, I'm using One Piece Balorg, I'm using Darlock Bray as the second set. I also have Ring of the Wild Hunt, which in my opinion is needed for this build. With that said, if you don't have Wild Hunt, you could go 3 Swift on the jewellery, and then you could then change this for something like Balorg and use 2 pieces Balorg, or even use Keener. So that way when you do your Dizzying Swing, Light Attack, Surprise Attack, Light Attack, you can get a big damage boost on your Execute. So that's what you could do if you don't have the Mythic. Alternatively, you can change Darlock Bray completely. The armour is Balorg Helmet, medium, Ashen Grip, heavy. This should be medium ideally, I'm just low on money and on things, so I've only got about 500k left total. So I need to kind of be a bit mindful because I'm going to run out of cash. I then went Darlock Bray on all of it, and ideally you want Divines for as much as you can for just max damage. The jewellery you want infused weapon damage if possible, but that's the sets. As I said, if you don't have the Mythic item, you can change Wild Hunt and use 3 Swift, and use a damage monster set like Moloch Keener, for example, or Balor to help fix that. Alternatively, you could drop Darlock Bray, and there's another set called Deadlands Assassin, which I have used, and this basically will give you really high damage, and then that means you can then use the 3 Swift jewellery traits. So that way you kind of get the damage that you'd lose by not having infused on it, but you also get this nasty proc. The downside is Darlock Bray does give you crazy sustain, like you can permanently sneak. The one thing you need to note though is you have to be tap and crouch. So even if you're detected, as long as you tap the sneak button, this regen will then kick in. If you don't tap it, then the regen won't kick in. So you'll see in a lot of my gameplay, I open up, attack somebody, then I hit cloak and sneak. So I'm going to go cloak, then sneak, and that will then trigger this set to proc. It also reduces the detection radius, so you can get closer to people whilst you're sneaking, which is really helpful too. And it makes sneak a little bit cheaper. So all in all, it's a really good set. But that's the sets, guys. And then for the champion points, as some people are curious, For the blue ones, we have Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Untamed Aggression. That's just nice to have on the stat page. Backstab is really good if you can land this, but just bear in mind that the procs can't crit. If you want for more defense and just more survivability, I'd recommend getting Duelist Rebuff, which is incredibly helpful. For the red ones, I'm using Rejuvenation. Juggernaut is incredibly healthy. Slippery is actually quite good if you want to save some stam. And Expert Evasion is also quite good. Between these two, you can basically CC break and roll dodge for free, and then Cloak, which gives you an extra sort of 6-7k stam, because you'd have to CC break for 3,000, roll dodge for that 3,000. So it's a really good way to just conserve your stam pool. That said, you can just change these for whatever you like. And then for the green ones, this is mainly personal choice, but I go with full speed stuff and Sustaining Shadows. If you can get Sustaining Shadows, I definitely would. It's really helpful. And then the other three are up to you. But that there is the CP, guys. Now, I'm actually going to wrap this video up here because it is long enough already. If you have any questions about the build, maybe I've missed something, maybe you don't understand how something works, then let me know in the comments below. Alternatively, you can jump into our Discord. All the details are down below. There's 800 other people there. I can help you and stuff like I do. And I'm also going to say a big thank you to those people on Patreon. Their support allows me to make these videos. So if you want to support myself to make videos, get access to them early and all that good stuff, then the details are all down below. But with that said, I'm just going to wrap this video up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care and bye.